might be a little known fact that Subriel Matias fights this weekend. He's been popping shit about Devin Haney. I think he might have said something about Gary and Tom Russell. He's fighting Liam Paro. He's the guy that put hands, foots, and toes and elbows on Montana Love in this last fight out of Australia. I believe he was originally high in the WBO rankings, and T.O. kind of jumped him for whatever reason that was. I don't remember how T.O. ended up jumping him in WBO rankings. You know, there was some legal action that was about to take place with, you know, well, T.O. jumped him. Yeah, it was some legal action taking place against T.O. jumping him by Ramirez, and it was somebody else. But Paro can punch. Tough Australian guy. Seemed to be pretty good, but obviously people lost in the sauce because it's Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin fight week, so that's always interesting as well too. So most of the main media is there, and a lot of the secondary media is probably in Puerto Rico. But hey, look here, if that's a secondary option, you get to go down to Puerto Rico. Shit, I'd rather probably be in Puerto Rico and Vegas too. Shit, you probably gonna have the time of your life down in that motherfucker, for real. So that's like a backup assignment they give you. That's a great backup assignment. Now, the undercarders field would probably look what to be a bunch of Puerto Rican fighters. So the main card started at 7:30. I presume it will be on the zone. I think the main event is a ring walk is around 10:15 p.m. Now, if you're wondering how that's gonna stack in Vegas, shit, man, a lot of times in Vegas, depending on how the PBC card go, a lot of times they won't make their ring walk till about 11:30. You know, so they won't make that ring walk till 11:30. So I don't know what Puerto Rican time is, but that's Eastern Standard Time. I'm speaking all Eastern Standard Time. So the main event for Subriel, Matias, and Paro, the main card started at 7:30. The main event is expected to be at ring walk is at 10:15. I'm guessing for the most part that, you know, Tank and Frank gonna walk to the ring around 11 to 11:30 at the latest Eastern Standard Time in Las Vegas. So Vegas time, that's about 8 o'clock. So, you know, that's kind of a little bit earlier for an event to be happening in Vegas, because I believe Haney and Ryan, they went to the ring like at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in New York. You know, so Pacific time is like 8 o'clock there. So really, so right around 9 o'clock, you know, when the fight done, shit, that's a good deal being in Vegas. When the fight done, you know, you do your thing, y'all grab something to eat or whatever, or y'all can go straight, grab something to eat, go back to the room, freshen up, might get you a cat nap and hit the streets. So that ain't a bad deal. After a Vegas fight, you know, you work the fight or whatever, you go see the fight, come get some interviews, you know, go back to the room if you need to, get something to eat, then get with the freaks. That's a good deal, I ain't gonna lie. That's a hell of a deal. Hell of a deal, for real, hell of a deal. So it's always fun covering fights when you get an opportunity to do it. Like I told y'all, you don't have to be in the media room. Like you just gotta be in the hallway in the concourse, or you just gotta know what hotel they're staying at. But nonetheless, you know, Subriel popping shit over there. You know, Eddie Hearn, he allowing his fighters to go back home and build the fan base. Jerron Booth's innocent to be fighting in Philly under Matchroom, fighting David Avanesian in Philly. I wanted to get to that, but like I might be going out to Vegas for the Genovic fight. I really want to get to the Bud fight, so I'm gonna see how them tickets looking for the Bud fight. I think they're gonna sell the 14th, so that I think most likely will be on the zone. I don't know, pay-per-view or whatever, but yeah, Matias is fighting the power puncher Elise, and he ain't the fastest starter neither, per se. Not at all. He's not a fast starter. He probably could be. One of them last guys he fought, and I don't know the last time he fought neither, he was getting off on him. The one that's promoted by Dimitri Sauter, the little Petrovich, whatever his name is, Peter or whatever, and Matias just started getting off on him. So, like I said before, the style in which he fight, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times it's just gonna boil down to, who crack his chin, to be honest, bro. If he keep fighting the way he do and taking punishment early on, somebody gonna have that equalizer, especially if weight is a factor and the weight cut get hard. But look here, if he ever get a jab, if he ever start really jabbing for real, you know, and start and learn to pick it up a little bit earlier, he probably be damn near indestructible. So But Paro can punch, and if Paro land that shot, and he got any problems making weight, or he got a chin issue, or he got a cutting issue, or something happened, Paro can punch. So I think I'm gonna cover that fight for sure. Now, will it be better than Tank fight with Frank Martin? I mean, only time can tell. Only time can tell. What's that DeBarge song? Only time will reveal. Only time can really reveal about how that's gonna play out and how it's gonna lay out and how it's gonna play out. But I think it's gonna be a good fight, to be honest. I think it's gonna be a real good fight. It's gonna get lost in the sauce what Frank got going on, they got going on in Vegas. But I'm gonna watch that. Because Benavidez, and by the time that fight come on, Benavidez and Ghostvick will be coming on. But Subriel Matias been popping shit about Devin, been popping shit about Gary Anton Russell. He been popping shit, but nobody really talking about it because Gervonta Davis is doing this thing with Frank Martin. So ain't nobody really speaking on the stuff that he's saying and what he got going on in Puerto Rico, because all the main media, the top media, is Tank and Frank, and that's what's pushing the algorithm right now. So, but like I said before, it wouldn't shock me if Matias and Paro was a better fight. Paro was a strong motherfucker. He can punch. And really, he might be more seasoned than Frank Martin. Not saying he a better fighter than Frank Martin, but he might be more seasoned than ballpark Frank. So I think we need a good night of boxing. You add that to basically the undercard. I don't think Benavidez and Ghostvick is gonna be about nothing. Ghostvick is just retired and fought nobody. He might be fully back, and if Ghostvick is the guy that he was, at least the night he showed up and fight better BF, Benavidez might be in some trouble. I think if you had to say, okay, outside, well, what fight may kind of like steal the show or whatever, I think Puello and Gary Anton Russell might steal the show. And I want to know if they drug testing for that fight. If they ain't drug testing for that fight, I like Puello by stoppage. I like Puello by stoppage. If they ain't drug testing, I like Puello by stoppage. So really, you just adding Gary Anton Russell to the undercard. I mean, you adding Subriel Matias and Paro to the undercard. So you going Tank, Frank, Matias, and Paro, which I think is a better co-feature than Benavidez and Ghostvick, Puello, Gary Anton Russell, and it's another fight on that card too. Can't remember the other fight that's on that card as well. I know they took Foden off the card, so I can't remember what the other fight is on that card. But to me, Gary Anton Russell and Puello. Oh yeah, Carlos Adames and Terrell Goucher. I mean, man, I think old buddy might steal. I think Puello, and if ain't no drug testing, Puello and Gary Anton Russell gonna steal the show. But if I had to rank these fights, man, I would say just beforehand, I probably would say Gary Anton Russell Puello if it ain't no drug testing. Then I would probably say Frank and Tank, Matias and Paro, Goucher and Adames, and Ghostvick and Benavidez being the last one. Now, if Puello and Russell, they is drug testing, I would move Tank, Frank 1, Matias and Paro 2, Puello, and then Gary Anton Russell, and then obviously Adames, Goucher, and then Benavidez, Ghostvick. That's just the fight I'm not interested in seeing. They could have did better for Benavidez as an opponent, in my opinion. It's damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you beat the shit out of him, he beat nobody that was retired, or he beat a guy that was just recently retired. You struggle versus him, you ain't that good. Canelo gonna wash you. So, but yeah, Matias been popping shit off about Devin and all them, and that's what he supposed to do. He wants the unification and all that type stuff. They both on the same promotional company. Gary Anton Russell Puello actually fighting for the interim WBC title that Devin hadn't hold. Some people think Devin should drop the WBC because now they talking about we investigating Ryan Garcia, and they have showed a biasness to Mexican fighters, and they've given them a slap on the wrist for popping hot before. So I definitely understand that. But then we got this boxing league coming. Where's the sanctioning belt? If this boxing league coming, pause. Where's the sanctioning belt bodies gonna fall in line with the boxing league? Anybody think about that? So do we really need the sanctioning belt bodies at that point? Taking more money from the fighters? I think not. So you might see an influx of guys dropping that belt. Because if they gonna show a biasness, and I'm paying you to hold your belt, to represent the belt, and you gonna show a biasness, it is what it is. So we'll see that order Haney to a purse bid with Sandor Martin. Who knows if it will or won't happen? Because Top Rank also got a Sandor Martin now. So, but yeah, Matias is, he in the mix for the weekend, bro. I think he got the second or third best fight for the weekend, and I'll be covering it. And I think he's a big time fighter. I think he might be the best fighter out of all these guys on the card. But then again, I think him being Afro Puerto Rican kind of hurts him. You know what I'm saying? He seemed to be one of the more exciting fighters off that island, and they produced a lot of great fighters. They getting behind Xander Zayas, but I don't see it. So I think he a little bit too dark for, to really be reaching where he need to reach to be honest. I think that's what it is. But I mean, if he keep winning, they can't deny him. They can't deny him. So, but I think he might be the best fighter fighting on Saturday night, man. And that wouldn't surprise me not one bit, man. So hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the entry for your X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast. Check out the Patreon. Appreciate that. Everybody supporting the Patreon. Peace.